Are you a first-time home buyer wondering exactly what property you need to steer clear from? I'm Austin.meimaridis, and I've bought 4 properties and helped clients close almost 100 properties here in Minnesota, and this opinion's based off nothing but my in-field studies. Make sure you stick around to the end where I'm going to give you a free gem, which is my favorite type of property that seemingly prints money every time my clients buy it. So, for the first type of property I would personally avoid if I was buying is going to be a home anywhere near a major road, highway, or railroad. Something you probably weren't thinking about is that homes on busy streets tend to have a much higher renovation budget. Now, why would there be any correlation to renovation budget and where the home's located? I'll tell you. Because you end up investing in things that are a little less sexy, like windows to soundproof that street noise, or landscaping like huge trees and soundproof bushes to hide that view or hide the road noise. These are tens of thousands of dollars that you're investing into your house that aren't inherently going to make it look much cooler. So the opportunity cost of owning a house on a busy road versus a non-busy road could be the difference in all of your appreciation. Because imagine if all that new window and landscaping money could have gone towards a kitchen renovation or a primary bathroom renovation. And those are the things that can really line your pockets when you do choose to sell in 3 to 5 years. Look, I've listed my fair share of homes that are sitting on busy streets, and when agents come through, they always leave the same feedback. It's like 100 for 100. The buyers didn't love the noisy street, whether it's because they have a dog or they have a little toddler running around, or they're a little bit older and they just don't want to hear street noise. It's going to be in the feedback from that showing. Now, don't throw common sense out the window. If a home is underpriced and it's sitting in this type of location, there can still be money to be made on this type of property. All I'm saying is be extremely wary of buying something like this unless you're in it for the long haul. And even after that long haul, don't be surprised if the home sits for a little bit longer than your peers. All right, now let's move into property number 2, and this one is very specific. I would not recommend buying a flip. Now, that's controversial because I myself have flipped homes, but here's what I mean. I wouldn't recommend buying a flip in a lower price point. In fact, buying a flip in a higher price point, like in Minnesota here, that would be $800,000 to $1 million, really brings out the quality craftsmanship that you want. So if you see a flip sitting on for $950,000, odds are an extremely talented contractor was in there doing some amazing work as far as design, quality of finishes, and the materials used to upgrade that home. Versus on the flip side of that coin, you buy a flip that was listed for $350,000, and those tend to not have the best materials invested in them. Meaning that in 5 years from now, when you're living in that home because it was so pretty back in the day, all of a sudden, all those materials are shot, you're replacing cabinets and light fixtures and carpet, and that just defeats the purpose of buying a turnkey home. On top of all those things, if that wasn't already enough, you're going to be sitting in this home for 3 to 5 years, and if it's a cheaper price point, you're probably looking to make some money on it to leapfrog you into that dream home. But in order to make any money on it, you need to do some of those easy aesthetic upgrades like paint, lights, floors, and even bathrooms. But if you bought the flip, remember, they probably already did all those easy things, and they did it with cheap materials that you had to replace. So it's just a vicious cycle, and you're probably going to end up replacing the things that you don't want to replace, like roof, garage roof, doors, concrete driveways, you name it. But the things that don't really raise the property value nearly as much as aesthetic things. Now, the speed bump that can keep you safe when guided toward this problem is having a good agent. A good realtor can look at the comps in the area and tell you if the after repair value of that flip is still a good deal, and maybe there's a world where it works out. I personally myself just avoid it when looking to invest in real estate. Lastly, as promised, I've got for you my number 1 type of property I run towards because it seemingly makes money every single time I buy it, and that's going to be a granny house. That's right, a grandma house. A house that probably hasn't been touched aesthetically for 20 or 30 years, but has all the non-sexy things upgraded. Grandmas are the exact opposite of flippers. They will fix the air conditioning, they will fix the windows, they will fix the roof, they will do anything to keep themselves safe, but they don't see anything wrong with the 1980s cabinetry or the floral wallpaper in the laundry room. And how that affects you as a buyer is you would rather run towards those finishes like wallpaper, lights, paint, even painting cabinets. These are things that are 3, 4, 5x return on your investment, and you'd be happy to do them in a 3 to 5 year window of owning your first house. So go embark on your granny house journey and come back to me in 3 to 5 years when you financially leapfrogged all your peers because you bought the house that wasn't as aesthetically pleasing. So those are the property types, but you may have forgot about our gentleman's agreement. We have an agreement. If this video was at all insightful to you, you'll trade me a like and subscribe. And in return, I will respond to every single comment dropped under this video. And until next time, guys, your Minnesota Moving Guide signing off.